The Lost Children of Tuam, Part 2, The Survivors, the Secrets, and the Fight for Justice. Previously, we uncovered a story that shocked Ireland and the world. In the small town of Tuam, nearly 800 children died in silence at a church-run institution between 1925 and 1961, buried in an unmarked septic tank. But this was never just a story about numbers. This is about the survivors, the mothers, the questions that still haunt a nation, and the powerful forces church, state, and society that allowed it to happen. This is part 2 of The Lost Children of Tuam, the survivors, the secrets, and the fight for justice. For every child who died, there was one who survived. Some were adopted, others raised in orphanages. Many only learned the truth decades later. I didn't even know I was born in Tuam until I turned 50. My birth certificate was altered. I had no medical history, no identity. Just a lie. They told me my mother died, but she was alive, searching for me, for 40 years. These are not isolated cases. The system erased names, fabricated records, and trafficked children often to families in the U.S. without the mother's consent. They were treated like cattle, like they didn't matter. And for the mothers left behind, the silence was even louder. I held him once. Then they took him. Said it was God's will. I never saw him again. Ireland in the 20th century was ruled not just by government but by moral control. The Catholic Church held extraordinary power over schools, hospitals, and yes, women's bodies. If the church said a girl was sinful, the state obeyed. There was no question. But documents now reveal that the Irish government knew what was happening. Reports of overcrowding, starvation, disease, abuse. Still nothing was done. It was systemic. From the local council to the highest levels, everyone looked the other way. The Tuam home received state funding per child, but that money didn't go to care. Children died from preventable illnesses. Mothers were forced into unpaid labor, and adoption became a profitable industry. These adoptions are a solution to moral shame. The children are better off. Better off, as long as no one asked questions. One woman changed everything. Catherine Corliss, local historian, mother, and daughter of Tuam, refused to accept silence. She pored over death records, cross-referenced birth dates. She kept asking, "Where are the graves?" And when no one answered, she kept digging figuratively and literally. I was dismissed, laughed at, even threatened. But I knew those children mattered. What she uncovered, 796 children with no graves, forced the world to finally look. Her courage forced the Irish government to order an official excavation. In 2017, forensic investigators examined the Tuam site. What they found confirmed Catherine's worst fears. A significant quantity of human remains, infants to 3 years old, packed into a sewage tank. This is a mass grave. Not a burial site. Not a cemetery. A septic tank full of children's bones. Ireland reacted with horror. Candlelight vigils were held. Survivors marched. The Pope expressed sorrow. But survivors didn't want pity. They wanted truth. They wanted justice. Despite national outrage, no one from the Bon Secours order has been criminally charged. The Irish state apologized, but accountability remains elusive. An apology won't bring back my brother. Our names. I want charges. A redress scheme was announced, but limited. Many survivors were excluded. Elderly mothers are still denied access to adoption records or basic answers. We cannot delay justice until it is too late. These women and children deserve more than apologies. Across Ireland, other homes like Tuam are being investigated. Castle Pollard, Sean Ross Abbey. More mass graves may exist. Survivors are still searching for siblings, mothers, truth. Tuam opened our eyes. But it cannot be the end. It must be the beginning of real change. The Catholic Church has offered regret, but no reparations. Many feel the truth is still being buried, this time under bureaucracy. 796 children. Each one had a name. Each one had a future, stolen. And still, survivors fight not just for themselves, but for the forgotten. For the lost. For those buried without ceremony, without love. The children of Tuam were not shame. They were not sin. They were human. And they deserved better. The fight continues, until every name is known, every story is told, and every soul is honored. May they never be forgotten.